What's up? All right, here we go. Episode 2, Dodger Blue Balls. I'm here with Wake, Plum, the usuals. Uh,
What up?
let's get this going. Let's start it off. Dodgers up 2-0. We know that, but let's go to game 1. Yeah, just how we drew it up, you know? A little anxiety, a little stress, but let's talk about
Yeah, I
game
mean,
1.
this is kind of how they drew it up, though, right? I mean, this was the dream when you sign a Blake Snell and you sign a Yoshi and a Tyler Glass and out an extension. And I mean, this was the thought that this was how it would play out. You'd have dominant pitching. Now, obviously the bullpen is still concerning. Um, and the offense to some extent, especially in game one. But I mean, this is what we wanted. This is what we expected. And Blake Snell has been unbelievable. I mean, truly dominant since he came back from the IL. It's been fun to watch. I know he goes through stretches where loses control. You know, he's got a lot of movement in that windup, a lot of limbs going here everywhere. But when he gets it lined up like that, he's about as unhittable as a pitcher is in Major League Baseball right now. It's pretty fun to watch.
No doubt. I think that it's something that we definitely hoped for. I don't know if it was necessarily something we expected. Like
Yeah.
he has had a history of obvious success in the postseason and, you know, has had moments where he's looked unbelievable. But if I'm not mistaken, I don't think he's ever got past the sixth inning in a postseason start. And
Yeah.
for him to when the lights are really bright to one look so good in the divisional series, but then to come out and be unhittable in the championship series. It was unbelievable, man. Like the guy is nasty, and it's also good to see it still being a battery thing of a pitcher and a catcher calling the game and having not come from some nerd upstairs who's watched some video. You know what I mean? It's the feel of the game, and you can see him even pulling out the card mid-game to like see that scouting report, just reminding himself of like,
Mhm.
okay, this is where I need to execute, and then executing. It was unbelievable to watch.
He calls his own games. I didn't
Oh yeah,
I mean I knew it,
Yeah.
but like didn't know it until they kept talking about it, and that's why he's going. It looks like he has like
It's going to his
it-
hip, right? Like
yeah,
he's
it's
got a
almost like a diabetes pump. Like he's like going to it, checking it all the time and then checking his back pocket. Uh no, but let me ask you guys, what do you think the decision, I mean obviously hindsight, but the decision to go to him game 1 because Otani was available, from the last series. It should have been his spot in the rotation, essentially, right? And to push him back and to go a Snell game 1, I thought was, I mean, obviously a great decision now, but at the time you're like, I think it was, the pundits and the experts and everyone, and even myself, I was questioning like, well, why isn't Otani going game 1? Because I mean, he looked great against the Phillies, so it just kind of made sense. But
I don't know
I
if Doc's.
think that
Go ahead. Go ahead, Wade.
I was going to say I think that what we see is a 30,000 foot view of the Dodgers, and what Doc sees every single day is probably a man on a mission. And what Snell what Plum touched on earlier is like Snell being dominant since he's come back. I think that he's only improved every single start all the way to this moment. And I think that in reality, like hindsight is 2020, but at the same time, like I don't think there really was another choice for that game one starter. Snell was the guy, and he needed to um, establish it early in the series, and he did.
Yeah, I mean, I think yes, absolutely. I mean, but I do think there's a lot to be said for one. Shohei hasn't as good as he's been over the last month. He's still treated a little bit with kid gloves. He went 6 innings one time. Giving him some extra rest right now can't hurt. Plus, I mean, he's not a guy. As little as he's done at the plate so far in this series and the last, for that matter. He's still not a guy you want to wear out and take away from what he can do offensively. So, I mean, Snell's pitching on regular rest. Again, to your point, Wake, he's been dominant. There's really not a reason not to go to him right there. And see what happens. And obviously, what we saw was, I mean, he faced the minimum over 8 innings. The one hit he gave up, he picked off. It's pretty wild. I saw something today and I know we're not getting into game 2 yet, but the Dodgers haven't faced an at bat with a runner. A starting pitcher has not faced an at bat with a runner in scoring position yet, which is through 17 innings in 2 games.
I
which
can't
is
remember.
Pretty wild.
I can't remember if it was game 1 with Snell or if it was game 2 with Yoshi. They made a point to bring up that he threw 5 pitches from the stretch in a game.
Yeah.
Not 5 batters, not 5 at bats, like 5 pitches he threw from the stretch. Like, that's, I mean,
yeah, it's insane.
I mean, I can't fathom that. Like,
yeah,
it's pretty incredible.
I mean, it's not the same stakes, not the same, it's different game, but it reminded me so much of Kersh's no hitter, in 2015, I believe it was 13,
14.
whatever year that was. And just thank you. It just seemed untouchable. Just like the hitters went up there with just had no shot, which it's awfully fun when you're on this side of it. We've been on the other side of it a few times, and that's not a lot of fun. So, but man, can we talk about the base running situation?
Well, so let's finish with the last piece of the Snell puzzle, in my opinion. So I wanted to see him go out for the 9th because A, I thought he earned it. B, like you said, he was unhittable. And you're telling me so when I looked it up, he had 103 pitches. And you're telling me he can't go another 12 pitches and get 3 more out? I mean, so I wanted to see him out there, and then of course they show the camera and he's getting hugs, and then he's done. But I didn't like the move. I understood it because Sasaki's been so great, but it's like, dude, this guy earned it. He didn't look tired. He wasn't laboring. He wasn't doing any of that, and so I thought he should have gone out for the 9th, at least the first batter.
I mean, I get the move going to Roki with as dominant as he's been, but I mean, if we go back just to the last series, Doc talked about not wanting to use him 2 days in a row. And obviously we had no idea Monday night that Yoshi was going to throw the way he did on Tuesday, but there was the potential that you're going to have to use Roki on Tuesday. And if he doesn't want to use him 2 days in a row, that feels like the perfect time to leave a guy who's dominating. And again, TY, to your point, like, doesn't look tired, doesn't look like he's laboring, doesn't look like he's lost any of his stuff. Why not let him go? And at least start the 9th. And of course, if he gets into trouble, or it may be, hey, as soon as a runner gets on, you're done. Fine, go out and see if you can shut it down. But have Roki available or ready to go at that point. I mean, I get why the decision was made, but I would have liked to have seen him at least head out there for the 9th and see where it went. And who knows? The way through could have been another 7, 8, 9, 10 pitch inning.
Well, his last pitch was that 3-2 curveball to Frelick. And that was the best curveball of the night. And I was like, if he still has it, then let him go.
Right.
I never expected Snell to come out for the 9th inning. Roki, what he's shown you so far in the postseason, and it's a 2-run game, close the door. Don't play with your food. Just finish it. And obviously that it didn't quite go that way. It got hairy coming over the pass there, but I think in that moment you truly don't. You go and you slam the door shut. It's not about being cute in October. It's about winning games. So I didn't expect Snell to come out there for the 9th. I fully expected Roki coming out there.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I think now is probably the time to talk about Roki. Everybody's bound to have a bad night. It's not like his stuff wasn't there. He just wasn't no strike ones. I think he was first pitch strike was 1 out of 5. He was just he struggled with his command the whole time. Stuff was there, which I'm not concerned about.
And it was a little
I
pinchy there too,
actually,
man.
The
yeah, it
splitter
was.
wasn't. The
It was.
splitter
Yeah.
wasn't there. It still looked good, but it wasn't close to being a strike, and they're
Right.
very
Yeah.
patient.
Yeah. Just lost his command. It's we can talk about Trinan. We talked about it Sunday night. Like, how do you go back to him there in that situation? I mean, it went exactly like I would have expected it to go. I don't know what else Doc expected. Like, this has been him for a month at least. It blows my mind that he went to him. I get that, there's not guys down there that you're totally comfortable with, but I would have gone to Emmett Sheehan and not batted an eye right there. And maybe you go to Trinan because he's got better strikeout stuff, but I just don't trust him at all. I still don't trust him. I mean, the text chain, if Turang stays in there and gets hit, this is a completely different conversation. And Doc's got a lot of explaining to do. And if Turang doesn't swing at the ball at his eyes on the 2-2 pitch, it's 3-2, and you've got runners off, and who knows what happens. I mean, it's not like Blake came in and threw well. He just he got away with it one night. I mean, it's
So,
man,
but with that,
terrifying.
just to play I mean, that's now 2 appearances in a row where he's got that out. And like we know baseball is confidence and momentum. And
Yeah.
like if all of a sudden, I'm not going to say that Trinan is the right call there because I said that I don't even think Trinan should have been on this championship roster. But if he's now got 2 consecutive big outs, maybe he could be finding something. I would like to think that. I think that that's a little bit of my for my own self, like mental health of telling myself that. But like I said, that's now he's got Tommy was mentioning it. He got that big out in the 9th in the division series, and he gets that big out obviously to close to finish the game in game 1. Which I still don't know if he threw a single strike in that entire inning. He got people chasing shit, but that's what he does. I mean, he has big, sharp breaking balls.
Right.
So like, it could be a completely different conversation right now.
I think we can hold on to the hope that 2 consecutive scoreless outings, regardless of how they looked, can give him some confidence. I will say the one thing I will give Doc credit for is I'm glad he didn't leave Roki out there to lose the game, because I think that we saw a guy at the beginning of the season who was a little fragile, let's say, and not to say that he is now, but like if I don't think Roki would have come out of that feeling great, even if he had been pulled and Blake had come in and given up a base hit and the game had been lost. It's not like he's going to come out of the field great. But he's not standing on the mound when that game is lost, if that's the way it goes. And I think that gives him some, something positive to take away from it. And we need that guy to have all the confidence of the world going forward. So I'm glad he didn't leave him out there to just wear it.
Getting him out of there was
with
a good decision.
How he decided to fix the problem, but yeah, clearly didn't have it. That night. So, but the base running.
Well, yeah. So
how about
weirdest? The stat was there's never in the playoff history has there ever been an 8-6-2 double play. So it's Teo on third, Will Smith on second, Tommy Edman on first. Muncy hits the ball to center, goes off Frelick's glove, hits the wall. Although it's hard to tell. I mean, I can understand the base running, but it's 1 out, and it doesn't matter. Teoscar botched it, but it doesn't matter if the guy catches it or not. You tag regardless. I mean, you're taught that. So
that's exactly right. Wake, I mean, you played baseball for a long, long time too. Let me ask you, did you know the rule before that once the fielder touches the ball, you can take off even if it's bobbled?
I did not.
I did.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I did. And I don't mean that in a condescending way, but what I mean is, dude, this is a big league this is a big leaguer. Like, he should know that rule. I mean, the impetus of is right. You could hit a fly ball in the outfield, and the outfielder could bobble it the whole way to home plate and then tag a guy if you
I've
can't
never
leave it.
given it
So
that
once it's
much
touched, you can
thought.
take off.
I've never given
Yeah,
it that much
yeah.
thought. Like that, I naturally, like once I thought about it for a more than a half a second, I was like, yes, as soon as he touches it, you go. But
Yeah.
in the moment, I was completely defensive of Teo and Ebel because it's like, one, I was on the umpire. You got to call that quickly, and like,
Yeah.
I didn't see him do it. They showed a replay later that made it pretty obvious that the umpire did call it quickly.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to give a little bit of grace in that moment in that it was fucking chaos. Now, what I don't understand necessarily is Will Smith. So
Yeah.
in that moment, there's a botched ball in center field that appears to be caught and you need to tag. The throw goes all the way, gets cut, and throws to home. They get an out. The catcher then jogs down the line. And for whatever reason, Will Smith is jogging to third base in that moment. So you either knew that you needed to go, or like what at that point, why aren't you just standing on second base? Like, I don't think anyone knew what the hell was going on. And like, it was just it was
chaos.
bad.
It was chaos.
It was. There was a camera
if,
angle. There was a base camera angle from second base, and they showed it on the telecast on TBS that Will Smith is telling Tommy Edman halfway, go back to your bait, like go back, and he's waving him back. So even he didn't know or the rule, or he thought it was caught, but you're at second base regardless. I mean, technically, if it's that deep, you're supposed to tag from second and go to third.
Go.
Yeah. So,
but that's what I'm saying.
Like, tagging from first too at that point.
Yeah.
If he thought that the ball was caught and he was like, the one thing I know is like, you can't like, I shouldn't be so specific about it, but like, if you think the ball's caught, if you're standing on the base that you're on, you can't be tagged out. So if he thought that ball was caught and that was the hill that he was on, why is he running to third base at all in the moment when the catcher's running down the line? Like,
unless he sees the umpire call a force out at home and now knows that the ball wasn't caught. But that's a stretch to think that he put that all together in that moment when he couldn't put the rest of it together. That all of a sudden he's like, well, I guess it wasn't caught because it was a force out, so now I need to go to third. Yeah, seems unlikely.
It was a lot. I'm willing. It was a shit show and it looked ugly. But again, that's baseball. Like, things happen. It gets weird. You know, it was extremely unfortunate. I was mad in the moment, but I think that's because I'm, you know, I'm always mad. But like, again, I think that it was just one of those weird moments.
It was weird. It was definitely weird. No doubt about that. I don't know. It obviously didn't end up costing us. It could have if the ninth inning goes a little different.
Could have been ugly.
But it didn't. I did hear Teo say, like, Dino Evil asked him, "Did you hear me say tag? Yeah. Did you hear me say go? Yeah. So what happened? Brain fart." Like, all right.
Yeah,
like, I don't know. How do you argue with that? Like,
so they nominate a player. Each team nominates a player to speak like before the game or whatever, the telecast, and they nominated him for game 2, and he admitted to it. He wore it. He said it was his mistake. He should have known better. And so, I mean, at least he was accountable, and that's all you can ask for. So, all right.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it after the fact. It was just, that was mind-boggling.
So the Dodgers escape in the 9th, I think we can say.
Escape is the right word. Yeah.
Yeah. So up 1-0, playing the next night, Tuesday night, Yamamoto on the bump. He basically apparently saw what Snell did and said, "Oh, I'll one-up you."
Well, don't forget the first pitch of the game, he gave up a home run.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The first pitch, he gives up a bomb, and it's like, oh, shit, here we go.
Yeah, this could be a long night.
Fastball like 97 down the middle, and the 22-year-old.
I mean, it wasn't center cut, dude. It was down and away. I mean, it caught more of the plate than I'm sure he wanted it to, but it was a good piece of hitting too to drive it to right center. But yeah, I mean, yeah, gone. I mean, that was it. Like, oh, all right, this is what we're doing tonight.
Yeah,
You
I
know, he
think
wasn't great. He wasn't great in the NLDS either, and so it made at that point I'm a little bit concerned that maybe he's worn out. It's been a long season. He's thrown a ton of innings, so I was a little concerned at that point. But obviously, that concern was unfounded.
no, but we talked about it. Remember
We
last
were
night, a couple
wrong.
days ago, we said Yamamoto does that. He did that in the division series. He'll
Yeah,
go,
yeah,
he'll have a bad start, one out of every 5 or 6, and
yeah.
and then he goes back to normal. And I didn't remember he pitched in Milwaukee last time in July or whatever it was, and he didn't make it out of the first inning.
Oh, was that game? I didn't remember that
Yeah,
either.
yeah, he didn't make it
Huh.
out of the first inning.
Well, he sure
Well,
did
he
on
made it out of the
Tuesday.
first inning, made it out of the
Yeah,
ninth
yeah.
inning even last night. I mean, again, he looked maybe not as unhittable as Blake Snell did the night before, but again, he was just pinpoint with his control. It was,
It was
again, he
dominant.
never felt like he was in any real danger. He just never
It
felt
was
like anybody was going to hit the ball hard anywhere after
no.
that first pitch.
It was one
Um,
of the more dominating performances I think you'll see. Like he,
yeah,
like you said, it you want to call it center cut, you want to call it a good pitch on that first pitch of the game, but after that he literally did whatever he wanted,
yeah,
and never felt any pressure. It felt like, I mean, can't speak for him, but sure didn't look like he was feeling much pressure. I don't think he gave up another base runner until the third, and then did he give up another one until like it was dominant.
I
He
mean, there
was
were four base runners on the night total.
I
So
mean, he was absolutely incredible. Um, yeah, it was honestly it was a joy to watch, man. It was special watching him pitch.
He gave up 3
yeah, what else do you
hits,
say?
and everything was soft contact. And the other two
Yeah,
hits were, one was a broken bat, and the other one was off the end. So it wasn't
I
like,
think I think I legitimately saw what do you have, like how many strikeouts do you have? Like eight?
yes,
Eight
7.
seven. I think
Ks?
He
it's
had
seven.
7. He had 7.
And I would if I was a gambling man, I'd say I saw 5 or 6 either roll me over ground balls or just stick the bat out and poke to second base. Like Tommy Edman was Mr. Eat 'em up and throw him out. Um, it was absolutely incredible watching him throw.
Yeah. I just looked. He did not give up a hit after the fourth inning. Did not give up a base runner after the fifth. So
I mean,
four straight innings to shut it down. Not a single runner on base. Pretty
ugh.
wild.
And up
Dave
until, I
sent him
mean,
out to the ninth, so that was nice.
Yeah, sure did. Of course, he was at 6 pitches less, so I can.
But he comes from Japan, and he's thrown 160 in a game a couple times.
Yeah.
So he has
Um.
elasto arm, so he's good.
Yeah. I mean, it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. The offense came alive a little bit more. Muncy's been putting some good swings on the ball, which is fun to see. Obviously, the long fly ball the night before, and then hit one out to center. Teo, man, I tell you, I get so frustrated with him sometimes the way he does things, and then he goes and it's a bomb to tie the game early and sets the tone for the rest of the way, and that's why he's out there. He's out there swinging the bat.
just has a casual 2 for 4 with a bomb and another RBI. Like he's just
Yeah,
missed. I mean, Teo's, it was good to see Shohei finally get that base knock score run. Hopefully that builds some momentum. Not that the Dodgers cannot win without Shohei, but they sure would win a lot easier if Shohei was going. So
they've won 7 out of 8 here in the postseason, and without Shohei doing a whole lot except for the first game against the Reds. What it's going to look like if and when let's say when he gets going, it's going to be scary for anybody they line up against.
I think he's 2 for 25.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm on him for leadoff home run tomorrow. Calling it right now.
That would be nice.
Sounds great. Sounds like a plan.
Our pal Andy Pages, he got his name back. It's Pajes. He got a double. So if he could get going.
There's nothing more shocking to me than that double last night, because it was a great piece of hitting too. He wasn't pulling off of it. He stayed back and drove a breaking ball the other way, and man, it was just, yeah, great piece of hitting to drive in a run. And okay, all right, I see you, Andy.
I mean,
Nice to show up a little bit.
obviously Doc considers his defense extremely valuable, but you gotta, I mean, it's impressive the confidence that Doc has in some of these guys, and like to continue to let out leash and like give them an opportunity to break through it. Because then, under normal circumstances, Paez was 0 for the postseason, it felt like. So
Right.
like in game two, like I feel like at some point you would pull him back a little bit and give someone else a shot out there. But uh he let him go, and then I think he had 2 hits and a double. And he's hopefully he can find it and get back into it too.
He's now 2 for 28 with no walks.
Hey, better than 0 for 26.
Yeah.
He did get hit by a pitch last night too.
Yeah.
And he did have a great sack bunt. Also,
that was a great bunt.
Listen, I'm a kill the bunt guy from now until forever, but it was a great. If you're gonna have him bunt, at least get it done, and he got it done. Great bunt.
All right.
But
Well,
it's been a fun. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. We only got a couple minutes because I started this early. It's my bad. But
Plum, you were Dodgers in 6.
Game 3.
Dodgers are up 2-0.
I'm not feeling good about it. I'm not feeling good about it at all. The guy overshot, but I mean, who knows going home? I obviously we got Glass now tomorrow.
Early game, 3:00 game.
Early game, 3:00 your time, 5 mine. Shohei on Friday night. Again, it lines up exactly the way we want it to. As good as Glass now looked in the NLDS, fantastic. And Shohei had 1 bad inning. Everything else was fantastic. I mean, it's exactly the way we would have hoped it lined up 2-0 going home. I don't know what else. Who are they throwing? Are they throwing Quintana in game 3?
I hope so. They haven't announced it yet.
They haven't announced it.
I think they might do an opener and Mizorowski to go a few, and then Quintana in game 4.
I'll be curious if Miggy Rojas plays for Max, if it's Quintana, because Max was completely lost against the lefty in the 9th last night. I was a little surprised he didn't pitch it Miggy there. Bases loaded, no outs. They bring in a lefty to face Max, and he waves at 3 pitches, and then Teo hits into a double play right after. No runs. Anyway, all that to say, I'm curious if they do start a lefty, if Miggy will start at 3rd. Or Kike at 3rd and Miggy at 2nd.
Don't hate that.
Who knows?
Yeah, Edmund can't play outfield apparently. So
his arm. I mean, I don't know. I haven't noticed it from the outfield, but he looks like he's pushing everything at second base. He looks like he has no confidence in himself to make a strong throw.
Yeah, everything seems to be rushed. Just get it over there as quick as possible.
Yeah, I didn't notice it in the outfield, but I don't know. I'll shut up. What do you guys have? What are you looking forward to?
A win. I want it to be 3-0. Yeah.
I want Glass now to come out and have a good inning too, or a good outing as well. Like I want,